Welcome to Novice Quads. Today I would like to do a little mini review on something that I think is astonishing as far as high tech, and that's called the Osmo Pocket. First, I'd like to talk about the build quality. The plastic that they use for this has to be some kind of airplane plastic or something. It's very durable and hard. You can tell by the touch it's not cheap. The gimbal design, etc., as well as the way the gimbal is actually put together, you can tell this piece will survive in your pocket for quite some time. I'll do a more extensive review in a second, but please watch the video until the end because I have some actual footage that I shot while playing around with the Osmo Pocket. Now, some of the features that I really like about this, they're actually drone features. If you have the Mavic 2, you're familiar with hyperlapse and motion lapse and things like that. Well, the Osmo Pocket has motion lapse, which means you can actually do a time lapse and move along with it, and it won't affect your picture. There's also one mode that I'm dying to try out called FPV mode. And FPV mode locks the camera so that when you're moving around, it looks like you're flying around like a fly. If you know what first person view is, you know what I'm talking about. And also there's active track, which is good. So if I move to the left or right, it's going to follow me this way, left or right. Now, one of the best features I like about this Osmo Pocket is its universal port. If you slide this little tab out with your thumb, you'll see the little gold leads there. You have a lightning plug for you iPhone users, and you have an Android plug. Very simple to use. You line up plug to plug, and it slides in. That simple. Now, there's something that you can add to this Osmo Pocket, and that's your cell phone using the DJI Mimo app. By putting this adapter in here, you plug in your phone like so, and it gives you a lot more access to the apps that are actually inside this Osmo. Now, I'd like to point out also, there is a holder for this in case you're not happy or comfortable using it like that. But the best part about this Osmo Pocket is the SD card slot, and that's right here on the side because you have 2 hours of filming time, okay, running off an 875 milliamp battery, and in 2 hours at 4K at 60 frames per second you can fill up SD cards. So to have multiple SD cards for this will come in handy, but overall it's a great device, and here's some footage to look at now. Now I'm playing around with the active track in 4K at 30, and it's basically because it doesn't work in 4K at 60 yet. So we'll have to see what DJI does as far as coming out with one. But I've moved it from my right hand to my left, and the active track at 4K at 30 seems to work pretty good on this Osmo. And that's with it looking dead into the sun at me. Let's see if it can pick me up. Hold on, it lost me for a second. There we go. I'm going to do a transition and move over to this tree to see how well it picks up the shadowing and everything. It's actually not bad at all. I'm here in Kaiser Park, also out here flying with some friends. What better way to check out the Osmo? Now, I'm going to also try and look into the sun. As you see, you can still see the color of the grass, which is like a putrid brown considering the grass is dying, but it doesn't do too bad. And this is looking straight into the sun. All in all, I think it's a very good camera on here. Right now, I'm shooting at 4K at 30 because I just recently found out active track does not work in 4K at 60.